Greetings, everyone. It's Friday afternoon in my time zone, so we are going to do our chat gauntlet, which is our new tradition on Friday afternoons. This is where I'm actually going to draft offline against viewers on mtgadraft.herokuapp.com. And we're going to draft offline, and then we're going to import our decks from the offline draft into Arena. And then I'm going to battle every single person I drafted against in a one-game showdown. That means there's going to be 7 total games, and we're going to see who can come out on top with 4 or more wins. Will it be chat or will it be me? There is also a side bet, but I wanted to talk about... So I have an offer to chat that if they can 07 me, Motor City Mama gets to lead an initiative to change my hair from the neck up however they want. So that's always on the table, but I think we're getting a little too focused on it. The whole point of that offer is that it's supposed to be hard to come by. Statistically, even if you consider me a 50-50 player against chat, it's really hard to lose 7 coin flips in a row. So it shouldn't be something that happens too often. And I think we're getting a little hung up on the hair bet. We need to focus on what I think is the really fun thing about this, which is who can get to 4 wins first, because that's unique and fun and going to happen every week. What's happened so far is that I win once, and then like some people in chat get kind of sad because it's like, oh, it's already well, it's supposed to be hard to do. We're not going to do that. Like, let's focus on 4 wins, 3 losses, and I'm selling it too because I get it all really dramatic when I finally win. Here's gonna be, if I win. If I get my first win, I'm going to do this. That's just a reminder that my hair is safe, but that's it. I'm not going to say anything else, and then we're going to play it cool, okay? And we're going to enjoy everything else and focus on stuff besides the hair bet. If I get to 0-5, we can start focusing on the hair bet, okay? All right. Anyway, let's get going, and before we do, I'm going to thank my sponsor, CardKingdom.com. They have been sponsoring me throughout the pandemic, even as their business has slowed necessarily to accommodate for the health needs of our entire world right now. We're all making changes. Card Kingdom is too. They are still taking orders and shipping orders, just a little at a slower of a pace right now, so give them a little extra time. Normally, their speed of shipping is one of their big selling points. It's nobody's selling point right now because shipping priority goes to the healthcare needs and everything like that. And so there's just some delays in shipping, and but they're still there for you, and they still have great prices, great selection, great service, and all of that stuff. So please check them out via my affiliate link in the panels down below. And then if you make a purchase, it's kind of tied to this stream, and they know that they're doing some work by supporting me. So it helps me out if you do that when you buy from Card Kingdom. Thanks, Card Kingdom. There's this part of me that, being at the end of my spiel, I want to click this gems and start the draft, but that's not what we're doing. We're going to switch to my left monitor view here. And I'm going to say I am ready, and we are about to draft with 7 members of chat. Now, I have been leaning into the cycling deck when available, but of course, everybody I'm drafting against knows that quite well. So I had to be careful here. I'm going to continue to adhere to my basic strategy in this time, which is to look for its openness, but I'm not going to force it. I think maybe if I marry myself too hard to a cycling deck, it could end up going poorly for me. However, I could start with a stinger and make them take it from me. I do think just on power level, it's the most powerful card in the pack, along with Nightmare and Greathorn. I like the Greathorn, and Healer's okay, but I think it's Stinger or Nightmare. And this is where it comes. The Nightmare has been okay, but man, it's sometimes uncastable. I hate when a card can be uncastable. That's my problem with the Nightmare. I've taken it and had mixed success with it. I don't know where you're all at on this chat. I mean, I can pull it. We have longer time here. I don't know if chat's on my side or not, but Hunted, Stinger, and Horn are the 3 cards that I would consider out of this pack. So I'm curious where chat is at. I think I'll start on Stinger, adhering to my principles of cycling deck. But Hunted Nightmare, man, if this were just a cleaner, more powerful rare, like if this were a no downside powerful rare, this would be a lot easier for me to bail on the Stinger strategy. Looks like people are even on it. Late vote for Hunted. Well, I'm going to take Stinger and make my chat deny me the cycling deck. I don't think Hunter is worth passing on possibly being one of the ones with a killer cycling deck. I'm going to confirm this pick. And then we get a Thundermane reward, another Stinger, also a Venturer. But if we want to lean cycling, we would take Thunder. Stinger is going to send signals downstream that I'm not thrilled with. What's missing here is an uncommon. We've seen Thundermane side by side with some other good commons. I don't know. But yeah, this also isn't the... Venturer is a totally reasonable pick. But I guess I'm broken. Well, if I take the Stinger, then if I do get cut off from this deck, I just have a couple of cycle ones, which is really nice. Stinger may be even more important. I'll take it. I'm going to do it. Draft me off it, chat. Draft me off it. Draft me off it. I gotta like not read chat at all, or I'm going to get totally hosed. Regal Leosaur, you would think, is an incredible card for this deck, but it's not. It's really kind of a 2/2 for 2 that doesn't mutate onto much. But I think I can take it over the Triome here. Just to settle colors. Are we regretting anything? Like, Rex is okay. I'm going to make him take it from me. Cycle Land was the second pick there. Cycle Land, total legit pick. Yeah, the downside on Regal is quite real. It tends to be a 2/2, or else you're mutating it onto like a prickly. All right, now they're cutting me. What do we do? Let's see. Let's set up our backdoor plan. What are we going to slide into if we can't stay in the cycling deck? We really can't do anything with Thundermane and Regal. We lose those. Stinger is cycling 1. So at this point, like, we could take that, or a Lynx, or even a Tiger. I think I go with Lynx here, though. Unbreakable Bond is pretty good. That's a fair point. We could take Unbreakable Bond as a nice hedge. That's a whole strategy if that Rex comes back around for exactly. Yeah, Leosaur is just a bad fit, and maybe I shouldn't have even taken it, but it was somewhat of a signal play, like taking the Boros card to send the signal. But I think we can take Unbreakable Bond as the best upside pick in the pack and a fallback place we could head to. We could take an Easy Prey here, which has cycling 2 in the case that we do continue to be able to cycle. We could take the Lava Serpent to try and cling to that deck. But Easy Prey sets us up to be in the Unbreakable Bond deck if we bail on cycling deck. Kind of an important pick, though, because either we're taking the Easy Prey or we're really continuing down this path here. I think I'm on Lava Serpent. Nantuko's moved up on it. It is CMC, it's not power, so at least you know you can get, like, almost no matter what it is, if it's in the right CMC, you get it. but I think I'm gonna go with Serpent. Yeah, it's also like if we backdoor into black red, we can absolutely play the Serpent for reanimation purposes. So like we could be black red running Stinger, Serpent, Bond, and maybe even potentially Leosaur in that deck because you could mutate it more easily. Cathartic Reunion could go in that backdoor black deck and the cycling deck, but Frostvale Ambush has the cycling one that's so appealing. Boot Nipper is great, though, if you are going to be in black. It's a nice 2-drop. Sanctuary Lockdown for the Black-White Humans backup plan is also a possibility. Maybe this Reunion isn't strong enough here, and we should either be cycle one-ing or locking down. I get the Nipper pull, but I think if we're going to end up in black, probably end up in human enough to take the lockdown. But this is an important point, again, like, because I can take the ambush and has the cycling one. Recluse is also decent, yep. It's not amazing, though, just decent as far as I'm concerned. First green card, too, though. I'm going to take the ambush. I know I'm being greedy here, but it's got such low downside with the cycle one. And here I can take a Rock Slide, still be available to Black Reddit. And again, like, because the fallback plan is we can run a 30-ish card limited deck with a bunch of cycling 1 and 2 or whatever. So let's take that. Here's a Marshall that kind of, again, suggests the human thing was possibly there, but I think Rock Slide is fine. Our last pick was the cycle one. Here's a Blade Banish or a Coil Bug. Where are we for real? Yeah, RU spells is maybe possible. Banish is not very flexible. It is just white. So I'm going to take Banish, though. Here's another Banish, so maybe we're not quite there. I could take this for cycling and fixing. This the Mardu Crystal is all right. Gust of Wind is very strong to still be here, but I don't know if we can get there yet. We could take the human and trying to get there on just doing this. Yeah. Maybe I missed something on the channel force. Nantuko wants the Gust. I don't think we can move in on the Gust. Also, Nantuko can't be trusted. Blue-red spells. Do we have it? Maybe we do that. Maybe the Gust is fine as a hedge. Yeah, all right. I'll hedge on the Gust. We can go a lot of different directions here if we take the Gust. And if people are telling us, if chat's telling us do that, we can do that. Otter's not bad. Coordinated Charge is fine in the deck we were pursuing, but it's also not essential. So we can take Thieving Otter and still kind of stay open here as to which way we're going to lean. What are we? What are we? What are we? I'm going to take Facet Reader, I think. I don't know what we are. Help me, chat. What are we? We could even take this and possibly blue-white skies. I guess I'm going to take glider. And here's another flyer. Take a sergeant over this land. We're not really anything close to this using this land. Frost Lynx. All right, I think we're blue-white. We can play the Leosaur. We cut the Thundermane. If we had to, we could still play Serpent and Stinger. I'm going to cut them on the hope that we don't. Ooh, black-white human card there. Pretty far away from that, though. Do we get anything here we care about? That's the other thing. We have Trumpeting Gnar could be for the blue. Maybe I better bring this stuff back in. Keep it all on the table in our visibility. Gnar. We don't have a lockdown, though, right? I think the black-white humans deck got real good in this pod with the general. But I think we've made our play to blue. We've listened to the table, and we're going to listen to the blue. You like the lockdown? Are we any... But, like, what humans do we have? We don't... I just don't feel like we're the human deck here. I'm going to take Gnar. Sorry, human deck. Maybe we missed a lane. Yeah, wheel the mythic because nobody wants to spend a wild card. I think this crew will be happy to spend a wild card. You'll see. Snare Tactician. Even in blue-white flyers, we're going to have enough cycling that this is an excellent card. I'm happy to wheel Frost Lynx or Arrow. Still taking Snare Tack. And maybe we end up backdooring back into cycling. Like maybe the cycling hookup comes right now. That's why I put everything back in. I still don't know where we're settled into. But blue looks open. The back door to the back door. The side door of the back door that leads to the front door, I think, is what it is. All right. I think I like a Splendor Mare, but we could take the Stinger if we wanted to try and get back into the cycling deck. But Splendor Mare serves us whether we do or not, right? I think this is the most flexible card for the possibilities where we might end up. Exactly. Mare's good in both. If I knew 100% we're back into red-white cycling, I take the Stinger. But yeah, over Essence Scatter, because we're not certain that we're blue. This is cycling 1, and Gust is fine. Phase Dolphin is not even really a card. And Gnar is good. The point is I don't know where we are yet, and Mare goes into anything, I think, so I'm taking it. Got to move to the Pacific Northwest, I guess, Fiddles. Or contact... Isn't this a Pepsi product? Contact Pepsi and demand greater access. Parcel Beast. I love a Parcel Beast, but boy, we're not close to that, huh? Another lockdown. The black-white humans deck is going to destroy us, by the way. Just going to wreck us. Whenever we face it. I don't think we're going to be blue-green, but it's almost worth cutting given the stakes. But there's a cathartic reunion and a frill scare mentor. You can just take a frill scare. What does the land get us? You really want to potentially try and splash a beast? No. I think we take mentor and be sad. Or parcel beast and say, no, you can't have it. You thought we were more green? Oh yeah, we don't have any green. We just have the Gnar that we were getting because there's blue. Yeah, I guess we can take it's reunion or mentor for me, and I guess if we're gonna cling to cycling dreams, we should do that. Wow, look at the dire tactics. Black white is the place to be. We missed it. This is a good crystal, decent, but I'm just gonna take pacifism. Black white humans is going to be the best deck in this pod from what I've seen past. And we're still, let's see, I want to go, let's look by color. I want stackable by color. Color columns, here we go. Let's keep it like this for now. Can I move this here? No, it won't let me. What do we like here? Kind of got nothing going on here unless we want to take a suffocating fumes. We could take a cloud piercer and continue to be kind of on this partial plan. So maybe glider, and we just keep going more towards this skies plan. I'm gonna take glider. Hopefully I'll show you why I lean cycling even though you don't always get it, because I also feel like when you get it, it's amazing, and when you fail, your fallback isn't that bad. I'm actually going to take the mentor. We're a bit stacked at 3 in a way I don't like. We need 2s. But mentor giving a flyer vigilance is fair. So that's what I'm going to do. Here's another Gnar that we can mutate onto things if we are blue. But there's an imposing Vantasaur that just cycles for 1. I'm going to take the Vantasaur because we're still trying to make Tactician do some stuff, and it's still just a good card. Gnar is good as well, but I don't know if I want 2 of those, especially I'm not even sure whether we're blue. Yeah, first Blade Banish would be tempting, but second, not so much. Now Cathartic Reunion. No, we have one of those. I'm going to go Shredded Sail. We do Solid Footing as well. We do have some high toughness, but nah, Solid Footing's not a good card. Yeah, Lockdown Wield, so maybe there is no black-white human drafter. This Wield, that's decent, but we just want a Frost Lynx if we're going to do tempo flying. I like where this is headed. We need 2s. We need 2s. 2 stacked at 3. Turtle could kind of qualify as the type of 2 we want in terms of being able to block early. But now I think I just want a Smasher. And I still don't know if we're red or blue as our secondary color here. A lot of ways we could go still. But I'm going to take Smash. Day Squad Marshal can play in any of our decks, so that's tempting. But if we do end up red, Mentor is better. I'm going to take the Mentor. This crystal is great to see here too. Cloud Piercer, a real pick. Well, we're doing some sort of Jeskai thing here, but more lockdowns, because, you know, we needed those. All right, it's coming to decision time. I mean, we have a Heron, we have a Moloch, we have an Officer. We could take the Officer and no. Yeah, 4th lockdown. We take the Officer and know we're going to play it, and it's a 2-drop. And actually, that's why I'm going to do it. I think Heron is a little more powerful, Fiddles, you're right. But we know we're white, and we know we need 2. So I'm taking the Checkpoint Officer. But I don't blame you for a Heron pick there. I think the Heron's fine. But we're continuing to now have to face what we're actually doing. I'm kind of back on red-white, actually. I think the red-white just produces a much better looking curve. And we can get a Marmoset here. Well, that was the question. Nantuko's like, first striker? Yeah? Well, yes. If we're red-white, yes. Like, the question here is, okay, if we're leaning red, we take this. If we're not, we could take Frost Veil, for example. I think we're going to be a we're going to be a red-white deck that's light cycling. Yeah. Mike wants the Cliffs. I couldn't pass the real the Marmoset there. Thank you, Fiddles, gifting East a sub. Appreciate that. Right now, I'm looking more like this. Oh, this is out. Another Officer, which again could be fine in this, but Cycling Land also good. It's our time. 71 seconds. Blitz of the Thunder Raptor. Are we cycling enough spells? Can we do that? I don't think Blitz is good in our deck. I'm gonna go for the Checkpoint Officer number 2. This is tempting as well. Helps maybe splash some of the blue. But I think I want to focus on my 2s. When we're not heavy cycling, the Officers get even better. Why do they have so much broken audio? Because I loathe Streamlabs with all my being, and it breaks stuff I do all the time. It wasn't quite on color. It was my thing. It was close to on color, but not quite. Here I'm gonna take I think Lava Serpent. We do have Lava Serpent already and a Smasher. Never mind. I'm gonna take Cycle 1. Although, again, this isn't like heavy. We're really doing it on cycling, so maybe this is actually better. Yeah, I'm gonna take Lava Serpent because we're not really just trying to be the we're really. We're really doing it. Like this could actually win us games, you know, so I'm going to take that. Hey, maybe we can actually play the Lukka this time. There's a rock slide and a healer. And this is great for the Giralf, but yeah, I think we're creaturey enough here to go with Lukka. Yeah, I like that. Mike, you don't think it's worth Lukka here? Since we actually have the creature count this time? Stinger, hello, friend. There is a Lord Dracus as well, but with our new friend Lukka here, we're going to focus on these 2-drop creatures, no problem. I don't know how that works. I should read the card. Mm-hmm. Up until it hits, yep. This is not your typical red-white deck in the sense that it's not just all in on cycling. It's got a little bit of that, but mostly I'm liking it. It's got the cycling support for Lukka. Another Thundermane. We'll take that over the Splendor Mare. I wonder if we can cut one checkpoint officer now. Hey, Moon Salt. Probably about 2.5 hours from now. We just started an event, Moon Salt. What I'm doing is drafting against my viewers right now on an offline. Yeah, see, maybe this is the place for something like a Porcuparrot even. I don't know. We'll take it and see. Don't think we're blue anymore. Anyway, we're gonna battle, and then I take them all on in a best-of-1 gauntlet of all 7 opponents. We had Lukka, and we cut Lukka from a cycling deck before, but I would argue that this isn't really a cycling deck. This has some cycling, but it's not really what this is about. Although it does make me want to take this crystal. Although we're not casting anything blue, so it doesn't really matter. Maybe the banish is better. Yeah, Wolverine is okay too. But right on, Moonsalt. 9 a.m. Pacific is when we start around here. Anyway, what are we doing? 17 seconds to make this pick. I have it on Wolverine. I'm not sure that's correct. It does give us stuff to find with Lukka, though. I am going to take the crystal. Taking Mythos to cut it. Although maybe that's not even the thing to cut. We like cut Mentor before we do that. I guess we take a Fumes too. Well, this isn't even that powerful, so it's not incredibly surprising it's here. We have a good chunk of removal, and we're never hard casting a Fumes. I'm gonna take the Mentor here, actually. I'll take the rare. That's fine. Hey, look, that came back. That's cool. We'll take and play that for sure. Well, we got some deck building to do here, folks. Yeah, it's too bad it doesn't have a planes on it, but so it goes. Frosty. Well, we're not there anymore. I don't think there's a red-black drafter, or this would already be gone, so we can probably just leave that. And I'll take... Seems like black was less open than blue, so I'm going to take the Deadeye, because that might actually cut a pick from somebody. Oddity. Blue was definitely open. I still think we ended up in the right place, but no question blue was open. Oh, we got some flyers. We'll take the plummet over the dolphin that we're not going to play. And cut this crystal. We can't go nuts like we have historically in some cycling decks in terms of what we're cycling and everything. Let us. I'm going to move to Draggable and then work out our 1-mana cyclers as a starting point, which is not many. Again, this is not really a cycling deck in the way that we have been drafting them around here. Oops, get back here. Bringing this other officer to consider as well. But so, yeah, we just don't have a lot going on in the Cycle 1 camp. I'm not sure where I missed the turn for that, Nantuko. I suppose if I had taken the Mythic Pack 2 Pick 1, we would have been fine. But we weren't really in black at all right then, so it would have been quite a pivot to take that Mythic Pack 2 Pick 1. Would have worked out, though, you're right. So with this few, like we can be like a 16 land maybe, but we can't really go much lower than that. So now I gotta cut. I kind of want to build this on Arena so I can see the stats. We can cut like a Mentor, Sergeant can go, Glider can go, at least one Glider. I don't even think this is necessarily a reunion deck anymore. We're not trying to undo our flood or anything. In all honesty, where do you sit on leaving things like Vantasaur in your Lukka deck to stub your toe on? Maybe I'm missing how it's a non-bow. I don't. Yeah, what's the non-bow? Leosaur is pretty mad, but it can do... It's a reasonable bear that can do some stuff and combine with Porcuparrot. We could cut it. We're just not doing that much. As cycling is also the thing. Like, might want to cut Shredded Sails. And so then 24 plus 16 land and a Triome, or 15 land, 16th being a Triome. Playable Cycle 2 is fine. What else do you want to cut? I'm open to suggestions. We're going to 0 there. And that's a mountain, so we want a plains here. There we go. I'm going to exit here, and we'll take a look at that. We'll just do it in client. Actually, I could use a quick bathroom break. So what I'm going to do is bring up the deck and in Arena and let you look at it for a second. Nice. Don't even have to craft anything. That's how we're doing here. Chat Gauntlet 5-1. All right. I am out of your way-ish. Except chat is kind of covering up that. Is there a better place for me? What about here? I'm going to be here because then you can look at the spells in the deck better. So check this out. There was a suggestion for... Oh, we also have... oh, yeah, I got to be careful. We're looking at sideboard options, not collection options. So maybe... Now, I guess we should still do it here. I'll just try and leave this sideboard open a little bit. And you can see what some of your options are, and I'll be right back. Kind of like cutting a stinger. They're kind of somewhat of a lightning rod. And I think we have just enough cycling that I don't think I want to do that. But I also think whoever said, you know, get more cycling in, I think is correct. So we're going to bring in this for cycling addition. And then what are we cutting? Could even cut like a Cloud Piercer. What's our 18 creatures? Yeah, we could cut like a Cloud Piercer. It has cycling. I do want to have some cycling in here. And we may want to ramp to 6 or ramp to Lukka. So I'm going to keep it in. Yeah, and Stinger, same reason, has cycling. I can't cut a cycling 1 card when I'm adding back cycling 2 cards. I think it's probably just like Tiger or Cloud Piercer. Mentor could go. But Menace is actually... Menace in a 3-power attacking on 3, I actually kind of like. I could take out another Glider, but that's... we kind of want to get aggro here. I think it's Tiger or Piercer. I actually cut the Reunion because this isn't a typical cycling deck that I expect to flood. Almost, folks, almost. Could be Porky Parrot as well. I mean, it's just a flyer. Like, if we're gonna cut a flyer, maybe I should just cut the Glider then. I think I would rather have the 5-mana flyer than the 3-mana flyer if we're cutting flyers. Does that make sense? Because we have stuff to do on 3, like between cycling and whatnot, and having a decent top end. Yeah, I'm going to try Glider, but we'll see. Well, if I draw the Tiger and I wish it were a Glider, I'll keep that in mind. But, you know, this mutates on 4, for example, if we want to. Let's try this. Might make some changes, but we'll do this. Do we want to name it? Actually, we made a Lukka. We made a luck joke before. We got to make a new luck joke. Always Lukka. Because the first one was never Lukka, so now we're going to be always Lukka. I do recommend spending gold on drafts whenever possible, because if you are like me and the gold, you know, primarily you love to play limited, that's the only place to spend gold and convert it into gems. All right, now I'm going to check my roster and we're going to get going. Mitya is up first. That's Jedi Dawn on the usernames. Whoa, no, no, no. Misclick. Oh, but now there's another misclick. But I clicked on the wrong part. I gotta go here. So I'm considering putting myself on the clock style challenge to hold me to playing faster. I don't want to use the fact that we have no clock to let myself slip in terms of how I'm playing speed wise. But let's see if I can manage a reasonable pace despite the lack of a clock. Looks good. I guess it doesn't have white yet is the problem, but I'm still keeping. We have a white in the crystal if we really need to. Kitty! Uh-oh, is this the... Oh, we've got a Kahira. It is a kitty deck. Well, I got this kitty. Yeah, I'm going to cast the crystal because we don't have white yet. Yikes, we're going to get rolled if we don't get on it. All right, we got 5 mana. We don't have a cycle 1, though, so Thundermane isn't going to do that type of value. We could play Lukka. Now I need to actually read this card. Oh, and also I need to get into Battlefield, right? Can't play Lukka right now. So, in that case, our choice is Checkpoint Officer, Thundermane, and Jedi doesn't know that we have the Thundermane to shock Kahira yet. I want to keep that open. I kind of want... We also have just Rock Slide. Yeah, I'll do 2 spell, and if they can kill it, fine. And if not, and if they do, we still have Rock Slide for their Lord. Oh, but we can't 2 spell. We only have 1 white. So that's important to remember. Given that we can't 2 spell, though, we should still use our white mana. Trouble is if we go Officer, then we tie up our white mana on tapping. So that's a little awkward as well. If we Rock Slide, we can take out the 3 power. And then... you know what? I'm going to Thundermane for this turn. And actually just try and block Sabretooth with Thundermane if they don't outright kill it. Sometimes treat your Thundermane like a 3-2. Especially in a deck with kind of light cycling. So now we can just play the Serpent to have a very nice defender, but we're at 8. How do we not lose at 8? I guess we got to go Rock Slide, Kahira, and then Checkpoint Officer. And I may try and trade Checkpoint Officer off for the Sabretooth. Yeah, we're going to have to do that. I think I might want even Boot Nipper, because then Lava Serpent can block the kitty. Oh yeah, we got to adjust that record. I'm going to do this. Yeah, let's see. We're just going to drop a 5/5 And hope it's enough. We go to 1. If they have nothing. If they have anything, we're dead. Like so. Yeah, if we found our white, we've been a little better off there. Good job, Mitya. And what do you know? I lost to a stupid companion deck. Not, I say stupid just because I think companions are stupid. Not anything about Mitya or their drafting choices. Sorry, let me get to my list. Its magic is next. No, Elgar, I've lost game 1 before. Boy, more Mountain Flood. We get an extra draw. We have a Frill Scare on 3 with nothing else. We find a Plains. We get to Frill Scare onto Thundermane, which is really good. I'm going to be greedy because we have a play on 3. Well, good news. We're going to drop a Thundermane, and then now we have some options. We can sneaky give it First Strike. We can mentor it up and give it Menace. We can... If they do something about the Thundermane and the Fox gets out of hand, at least we have Blade Banish for their gigantic 1-drop. Ideally, we'll mentor next turn, because if we can wait until we have the mana, till 5 mana, we can cycle this in shock. Well, maybe its magic here is stuck on colors in a way we can take advantage of. No Snare Tactician, no Snare Tactician. Yeah, I'm gonna go Mentor. They may have... I guess actually, in case of Divine Arrow, I'm gonna attack, and if they arrow, then I'm gonna Checkpoint Officer instead of Mentor, because we maybe I should still Mentor, but the point is, Menace shouldn't matter here, so I'm gonna start without bothering to play the Mentor and show that we have no action here. Okay, so now I am going to do this then. Gotta love it when we're like, whew, cycle 2. It was only a cycle 2 and a cycle 1 instead of 3 cycle 1s. Blade Banish, I got a job for you. Hopefully they cycle. I want to see cycle right here. Just cycle it all. Make your fox huge. We can cycle the smash and still play the triome. We don't need to do anything right now until after attacks at least, because I may cycle first strike onto the mentor. So, and they may try to put healer in front of the mentor, in which case I'll absolutely take that cycle bait. Although, man, I would love to cycle and smash. Maybe I should wait. Because we can just take out the fox here and then have the whole cycle and shock next turn. And if we do that now, yeah, we get a first strike counter on the mentor. But I think I want to try and get the shock value. So I'm gonna try, no, not triumph. I'm gonna mountain and go ahead and have blade banish, but send in Thundermane. Now, I am going to risk passing. I think they may go for a cycle here anyway. Yeah, so I am just going to do it now, though. I'm not sure all what's in the set, but I'm not going to face Indestructible or something that lets the fox live. Well, can't shock that, but we do have the play we intended, and I am going to do it. I'm also going to offer the mentor openly for that thing. Although if they block, we have actions there as well. Let's start with an attack with both. Okay, they're of course tapping the Thundermane, but we'll send in the mentor. I'm going to hold the Smasher. We might actually want to just resolve it. I mean, I know they have a Tactician and it would just start occupying the Tactician. But Checkpoint Officer can start... Yeah, Checkpoint didn't even stop the Tactician. I'm going to go ahead and cycle the land, though. All right, they found their other mana. What are they going to get out of this? Probably the Stinger. Yep, Stinger at the ready. So we could play the Crystal. What do we want to do here? With the Sanctuary Smasher, we actually have the ability to shock that Moloch out of the way. I'm going to attack with both and see if it's magic. If John wants to take on a block here, make him pay. So if you don't see the play, it's about cycling the Smasher to put a first strike counter on the Mentor, and then using the remaining 2 mana to deal 2 to the Moloch. And looks like we are given that chance, so we're going to do it. No colored mana required here. Duncan, PTSD. Not really, D. I'll get sweaty hands at 0 and 5. And also, I think you missed the intro, D, where I said we got to chill about the whole hair thing. Try to focus on the fact that we're racing to 4 wins. That's something that happens every week. One of us will get 4 wins every single week. So let's focus on that. So, you pacify and get in. Don't even need to pacify, though. We can just go. I'm playing the land, though, so let's start with the land and then send. What do we have left to kill a tactician? That's our problem. Only one, though? Okay. I'll take the 1 attack. Well, we could kill the 2/2 if we get... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, we could kill the 2/2, and it's probably correct. But we could also... We're close to actually... Between Vantasaur and Crystal actually being able to kill the Tactician. So... We'll start here anyway. But yeah, I like... the other thing, playing the Crystal gives us extra white with which to actually tap officers. Yeah, I'm kind of on the cast Mana Rock idea. Like, I think we want the double white, but we don't have to pass. We can, like, play the Crystal and take cast 2 officers. I'm going to do that. Especially with John showing no additional cycling. Now they have to draw some cycling to keep going. Hey, Urban. Yeah, cycling decks are... They're easy to come by, high-quality versions of them, and the fail case, like we have here, we have a failed cycling deck right here. It still has a little cycling in it, but ultimately this is now just a red-white good stuff draft deck, and it's still fine. All right, they're getting rid of our removal. Yeah, clearly you're doing it wrong, John. Sorry. If you can't beat him, buddy, if you can't beat him, right? I'm going to go for damage here, an extra point of damage with them at 7 and us at 11. And I could even pacify the tactician. Uses up all our mana and probably makes sense. Yeah, I'm just gonna use our mana now. Yeah, what's their zenith count? Great question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, we could be dead to zenith, but it looks like we got away with one here. Well, I've heard different rules. I don't have one that I'm super happy with, but basically, D, I would want the rule that I have heard, but I don't know how, you know, how correct exactly it is you can shave off a land for every 3 1-mana cyclers you have, but it's not exactly that, because if you have a lot of 2-mana cyclers, you can still do some shaving, but really it's about the 1-mana cyclers, D. If you don't have a bunch of those, you're going to want to do that. Oh, and by the way, there we go. All right, we're tied 1-1. Excellent. Let's have a nice back and forth here. And next on my challenge list, Toto. By the way, I did order some hardware, like an actual physical extension, you know, USB dealio to manage my memes. As I grow, as the memes are added to, they're getting more and more cumbersome to deal with, and also I'm unhappy with how some of them break all the time. So anyway, I'm trying to move it off of Streamlabs and onto a different device that hopefully is more cooperative. Which one was that? Thunder Drake was by our friend Valhalla's Chosen. Well, we're gonna drop a Splendor Mare on 3 and probably just shred some sails here, cycling for untap. Oh, did I miss a sub? Was there no Rat Burglar for the sub? Sure, we can do that. Also, I want
to say I never heard of ya, a Rat Burglar.
All right, Tactician is nice to see, but we'll get back to you in a minute. We're going to start with a Splendor Mare, and next turn we will Tactician and cycle Ambush to get the Splendor Mare through. And cross our fingers and hope we don't get smacked with some incredible mutate here. That Great Horn on the Symbiote is always a nice 2 into 3 for the mutate. We did a bot draft to kick off the show, and they certainly didn't have the cycling deck unavailable. My test was to see what happens if we forced cycling in against the bots, and we came up with a fine deck. Deathrite Sharkman, welcome. Glad you made it here. Glad you've been listening all these years. That's kind of you. Looks like we're going to Lukka away this thing, right? Isn't that how that works? Exile? Yeah, totally. But we're going to start with Tacky Tack. don't even need to activate it right now. We'll do it to stop something on their turn. Yeah, we talked about that too on our first draft D, whether or not to play Evolving Wilds in a 2-color cycling deck, and we decided yes. And I'm going to say pass. If they want to attack with that, that's fine. If they want to cast something at the end of their turn, we'll tap that. Yeah, you got it. Hey, James, we're using it right now. You caught me at our Friday tradition now, which is that I draft against viewers using that very site. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm battling against viewers. Maybe I don't want to... Yeah, I do want to do this. We could just keep it and hold... Actually, I don't. I'm going to use this as a tap effect and go with Lukka here. And I'm going to keep everything back. And I could go minus and exile. Let's see.
And I'm happy to take you there.
Yeah, we can do it. We can just get rid of the Splendor Mare and put something bigger out, right? A little risky, but I'm doing it. I could have attacked first. Sorry, that I should have. I forgot. Yeah, Zori got me. I got ahead of myself. Because I went from... my problem was I changed plans quickly. I came up with a line where I was going to sit there.
I can do
Then I changed my line and didn't figure out if there's something else I needed to do besides sit there. And I'm going to keep the Tactician back. If they kill the Smasher, I do want to be able to block the Symbiote. It's not an automatic good record, but I think generally looking to get into it, if it seems open, gives you the an excellent range of quality on your deck, your final deck. I know, I don't know who it is. I don't know who is actually here with us right now, but it's clearly not D.
So brace yourself.
All right, Vivian's dead because we got Rock Slide and tapping. We should. Vivian should be dead. We'll see. Yeah, no, because we get to tap one and slide the other. So Vivian is dead.
Call, and Ikoria answers.
Let's start with a plus here, though.
If I can't use it as a weapon.
Wow, okay.
Useless.
Well, cleared some non-creatures off the top. And we will go ahead and do, though, what I'm suggesting. I think we... What do you want to kill? "16 months, Carter." Sorry, let's see. Back to this question at hand. I'm worried about the Symbiote as a mutate target, but this is the best abstract creature, right? I guess I'm going to leave the scary mutate target and kill the creature. We could all... we're close. 1 mana away from just being able to cycle and Lava Serpent. All right, I'm gonna slide, rock slide the biggin. I'll keep Tactician back to threaten a block on the Symbiote at least. Question is, if they attack, do we block? I don't know. I do, Nantuko. I think R&D got it a little wrong here with the power level of this deck. I think Zenith Flare is a mistake at its current rarity and effect, and I think actually Tactician is a mistake at its current rarity and effect. Given the population of 1-mana cyclers, you could also nerf the deck by changing some of those. I don't like the suggestion, you know, they were talking about it on LR, of like, well, what if you made this cycle for blue instead of what it does cycle for? Well, then it misses out on a real part of the plan for this type of effect, which is that that when you don't have blue, you can search for your blue. I mean, it's part of the design of the cycling one that it helps unscrew you of the color that it takes to cast that spell. So I don't think they wanted to do that. Now we have a tough call on whether we give up our Planeswalker or whether we give up our Tactician. We're going to have to choose here. What do you think, chat? Are we giving up Lukka or Snare Tactician? I think we give up Tactician. We have a 6/4. We can make a 5/5. Oh, they're not even going to let me. Well played, Toto. Well played. Well, a little Planeswalker trade. But now that the Planeswalker dust has settled, we're the ones with a 6/4 first strike and a 5/5 haste, so that's not the worst. I know I'm too loose, but I'm working on it, okay? Well, now we just attack with a Smasher. And if they block, they get a trade of Mammoth and Smasher. But then the Serpent is able to win against the Great Horn, and we can drop a Porcuparrot. Maybe we can... Yeah, that's a very nice stabilization play for sure. Drawing a Plains didn't help on our end. So... But they have to trade Mammoth for Smasher, so let's do it. And then Serpent wins the board, and we get to add a parrot. So got to make a trade here. That's why it was a good stabilization play. It does force Mammoth for Smasher. And if you're wondering how, it's like they double block, and we use the 6 first strike to take out Mammoth, but then the 4 Great Horn sticks around to take out the Smasher. I don't think you can play around a trick, Sonatex. I think, well, maybe they're at 14. Because of the 4 life, maybe they like have a turn to play around tricks, but that's a tough call, because then even if you play around it, you're playing around the trick next turn anyway with more stuff. Also, I'm kind of announcing we don't have a trick by not sending the Serpent. And we could mutate onto the serpent, but what does that do? It turns it into a pinger. Nah, we'd rather have a dude. Even though it's kind of just a 3/4, there's not really much in our deck. I don't think we have any more mutate. Like, maybe I should be pulling this Porky Parrot. What does it do? If we're not mutating it onto something, it's just a 3/4 for 4, which is very average. Although it's a bit of a lightning rod, probably scares people. Do we have any mutate that I'm not thinking of? Yikes. Good one, Oppo. Just when I thought I had this one. Cloud Piercer. There is more mutate. Okay, well, new plan, question mark? Are we just pinging? Or are we just... I guess I'm just playing this and we're double blocking, right? Because then we have 8 toughness on a double block. Then we're kind of the ones that are a bit scared. But we also get to cycle away the planes if we do that. Make a 5/4. I'm going to be a little bit greedy here. I'm going to be a little bit greedy here. I'm not sure this is correct, but I'm doing it. Hey, that worked out. Now we don't have to trade. Now we can try to use the checkpoint officer to get there. But, and also, as observed, we do have a ping, and with 5 power and a ping, we could trade with the mammoth. So, we are in control again, but one spell away from losing it if they find removal or whatever. So, they're offering a trade. Or some kind of trade. I kind of want to accept. I'm going to try. I'm trading for something. Mammoth or card in hand. Gonna wait till to finish it off till the end of their turn. If they had something like you know, reanimation, I didn't want to have that happen at sorcery speed. Can't really beat back for more. So, you know, if they have back for more, they got it. I don't play around cards they can't beat. No, Back for More is a fresh card. Brand new to this set. I feel it too, Nantuko. I felt really good, but then Toto went play. Couple of good plays here with Collector and Poacher. I guess Toto is maybe correct that we are racing and in their favor with the poacher around. Let's find some action. It's been a great game. We each had planeswalkers out at one point. Oops, almost missed a point. All right, non-land. All right, that qualifies as non-land and is just the right size to muck with Oppo's attacks. So we get to send in Cloud Piercer. And I'm not playing Serpent because I'm actually gonna leave it back on D. Play the land so we can tap. And I'm going to tap down the poacher here and see if they want to attack into our 5/5. We'll learn a lot from that. But I also like making them decide to use the poacher or not. Clearly, we don't want a crystal right now, so we're going to cycle that away, see what we find. That's a little better. How about Menace on... Well, we could do Serpent. But probably just Cloud Piercer continues to make sense. Except, might sit back and ping with this while we attack with the Serpent. So actually, I'm going to put it on the Serpent, because we can go 11, 10, get a couple of fires in with the Piercer, and we could swing in here if I'm willing to tap down offensively. And then this just gets through. And we could also even offer the Cloud Piercer trade at this point. I think we wait. Yeah, I think it's a little too greedy at 13 versus 12. I think we ping them down to 11, tap something, and look for a much better attack next turn. Then we get to also attack with Mentor, or if we want, put a +1/+1 counter on the Menace. Doesn't really change it what it does much, though, is the thing. And now I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to tap the big stuff. So the only thing they have to block with is a 2/4. Hello, Toto. Is Toto talking to their chat? Toto's just in the tank. That's cool. I'm trying to look for for lethal next turn, and I don't see it, especially because if they can react with the poacher if they absolutely have to. But if we leave the poacher up as a forced block, then I like that because it shuts off their ability to get stuff in the future. All right, they're shutting down our tapper. That's interesting. That makes some sense. Shows you the power of that, though. Dranath Stinger. We could cycle for low value. We could just play the Stinger as a 2/2. But what is that doing on this board? Not much. If we were to just send in with everything right here, I'm gonna cycle because we may just find the tools we need to win if we cycle. Probably just gonna find another land, but you know. Or another Stinger. Well, if we cycled the first one, probably want to cycle this one. Cycle, cycle, cycle. And action. Wrong order! Wrong order. Imagine if this came first. Let's see. What does that mean about what we do here? We can send in just the serpent and trade off for one of the two. Probably the poacher, which is the weird part. Poacher's what draws them a bunch of cards. So yeah, we could also have them, yeah. So I send the serpent, do I send the cloud piercer as well? If I were to send everything, what happens? At 11 life, they just take the 5, they trade here, and they trade here. And they go to 6, and then we have Thundermane plus Serpent, and they have a 4/5. That wouldn't be bad. What are some other things they could do? They could just eat. They could take 10 and eat the Mentor. I like send in the non-Mentors and play Thundermane after combat. Yeah, crazily enough, despite the power of Umori, the concern here is bushmeat, so we're going to put bushmeat first. The common has to die, the mythic, or the rare can stick around. Oh, baby. I think that's game, right? We go exile. Well, we don't know what there's in their hand, but hopefully this is enough. I'm going to make him have it and swing. All right. One back to me. Taking a little bit of a lead over chat here with the 2-1. Thanks, Nantugo. That was a great game. Lots of back and forth. Yeah, I was sure hoping that last card was a land there, Toto. Good game. That was a lot of fun. A lot of great back and forth there. Excellent game. We'll keep this. We got both our colors. We got an officer, a stinger, and some cycling, and etc. Ooh, that is ominous indeed. That's scary on turn 2, let me tell you. So is a Drannith Stinger, though. We'll start there. A good starting hand in the very abstract is going to be 3 land of 2 of one color, 1 of another of yours, and 4 spells that have some early action. That's kind of my ideal opener. A mix of 3 lands and good early 4 spell action. Well, can't do anything about that. We could... this is non-human, right? So we're going to go with Checkpoint Officer here over No Value Mentor. Although we're quite a way... I guess we go Rock Slide next turn, then Cloud Piercer, then Serpent if we kind of curve out. Look, very intimidated by this start of Gnar and Seize, though. And Sherlock is my current nemesis. I have yet to beat Sherlock in a Friday event. I think. Maybe Sherlock would correct me, but I'm pretty sure I have not beaten Sherlock yet. Ram through, still a good magic card. Splendor Mare. Well, that makes me want to hard cast a Splendor Mare and then put Menace on it. And yeah, I'm going to do that. We can hold off on the Rock Slide for now. Oh yeah, we're in trouble. Need 8 lands pronto. Oh, we're not in trouble. We need a pacifism pronto. Got there. But we will go with Menace on the Lifelink Mare. Get some life in here. Get Lifelink going. Yeah, I get it. Like we take 1 smack. And I also get that we may take many smacks to come with the way that this card works. This game is far from over, and they could easily make a second 8/8 before the end. We can't really attack here. I'm going to Rock Slide, though. Although the Piercer does have reach. If we got that out on something, like... We could just throw the Piercer out and try and block the Heron. What's mutated under it? The Gnar? Now let's just kill this thing. Can't attack into the potential 8/8. I don't think I want to mutate the Piercer on the Mare. That just seems like 2-for-1ing yourself without enough value fiddles, I would rather just hardcast the Cloud Piercer at that point. Have a 5/4 and a 3/3. I might have to trade my whole board for the Kraken when this pacifism gets keep safed. Ready for the keep safe? Gotta try. Keep safe kind of is GG, but we'll see. And note, they're like they're well on their way to a second one, though. So even if they somehow don't stop this pacifism from working, we're gonna face another one soon enough. Now it's an interesting attack because if they double block, we can make 4 power, but they still get a 1/1. And it's not very exciting for us, but we could take out their reader, which at least prevents... and this would be the argument for Cloud Piercing the Splendor Mare, is that we could make it a 5/4 and therefore a 6/5 that can get through these. It may be worth killing the reader because we're just going to lose to 8/8 if we don't. May even be worth attacking with the Stinger as a little bit of a bluff. Now, there's no really good upside to that. I'm not attacking with the Mentor because of this. If they don't do this, I actually would like to go ahead and make it bigger. They have... Again, 5 mana. I'm not even sure this is going to connect, but I'm trying. All right. And if they do have the Wilt, we're just going to lose to the Kraken anyway. Need to get him dead quick. I think we also left in a 3/5 flyer for 5, so that would launch a human, so we could like bring a human up in the air and get in. Oh, and it doesn't launch the human; it just pumps it. That's old school. They used to do that, those types of cards. Not in this set though. I just thought it was too powerful, I guess. If they felt white was too good already, it was a way to nerf the color a little bit. Nerf that card a little bit. Not like that was the problem card, or would have been if it gave it flying, but... Little developer knobs. Heron revealed. Scary, scary. Porcuparrot. Well, we could Cloud Pierce and then Porcuparrot onto the Cloud Pierce and start pinging. That might get us there. But also we can just... With this, I think I just like casting the Serpent and attacking. And even offering the Stinger. If they want to chump the Stinger here... Now, maybe they have Scatter. Yeah, I'm gonna test for the Scatter here. And then we can do Porcuparrot on Lifelink next turn if there's if we get scattered. But now we can send in, because if they want to eat our Stinger and take 9, that's obviously fine by me. So this mutates for 3, this for 4, and we actually have 6. So if we find a basic land, we get to Parrot, Piercer on Mare, and win. So if they have nothing else going on here and can't stop these from landing or interfere with where our targets are, we win on a land, yeah. But only if both one of our creatures needs to survive and they can't interfere with anything else. It can be on the 5/5. I just figure the Mare is lifelink, that's all. But it doesn't really matter. We're going to try and win here. They didn't have the counter magic last time, but we didn't find the... Okay, now they're going to double block. Yeah, I think we have it because this is Vigilant, or this is Menace, and this must be blocked, so we just banish the... Oh, we don't... Wait. Mutate on Merit is... Right. It doesn't have any... It would only ping for 1. But they have to do a double block and a single block. So, and we don't have any haste here, so I'm just gonna send in. Man, if Sherlock had the double cycle for the cycle and the activation, that would have been something. But they would have had to top deck it because they would have done it before, I think. And I'm gonna go for the Reader over the 3/3. And now we have the choice of whether we mutate on the Parrot. I think I'm going to. Yeah, is this Convolute? Maybe it's Convolute. Why didn't they loot? Because it wouldn't have won the game? How much mana do they have up when... Oh, it could be Convolute, because when we cast into the 2 mana before, it was only 2 mana. So it could be Convolute without it having to be a top deck, which is kind of interesting. And that makes me want to offer the Cloud Piercer and then set up the Porky Parrot for next turn. It means that we can't get the double mutate to just ping for the win, but this becomes kind of must counter. I'm gonna do this. It also means by drawing out the Convolute, we have Blade Banish for another 8/8, and we still have our pinger. If we find a land, we can mutate onto the Serpent, hold Blade Banish, and just try and ping twice with Blade Banish up. All right, we got the land for that play. It is a forced chump on that, but they have this right now. So maybe we send in and make him Blade Banish now. Or then we can Blade Banish now. No, I'm just gonna do the mutate. I think we mutate over 2 turns and we're in decent shape. Convolute number 2 we can pay for. Aha. Well, then let's banish. Well, this is shields down. Maybe I'm supposed to wait. Like, we don't actually fear the 8/8. So it's possible I was supposed to wait even on the exiling of the 8/8. But we're certainly just going to make Sherlock have something for this serpent, because I got 2 serpent pings from victory. Whoa, that's pretty good. That's a lot of mana, though. A lot of cards, but a lot of mana. What could they have for green? Okay, yeah, they could have Ram. If they got the Ram card, we could absolutely have this slip away from us here. That would be classic Nemesis. Classic Sherlocked. I don't think he has it, but maybe this is an epic slow roll. That would be funny. Oh, is this you? Yeah, good game, Sonatex. I finally got you. I finally got him. Woohoo! 1 Nemesis down. Still got a winning record against me, though. Very nice. That was a great game. All right, I'm 3-1, looking to get that magical 4th win to lock my continued win streak against chat. Who's next? Buckeye. All right, Buckeye. Oh, come on. I have not been that bad. If anything, my opponents have been taking longer than me, Robert. Chat's being the slow players today. I'll put it on timer. Then you can shut up. I can verify it with replays. A lot of cycling here, but we got 3 lands and 4 spells, so I'm keeping. We were worried about this deck that we were passing. If Buckeye has the sick human deck we passed, we could be in trouble here. On the one hand, we have shredded sails for this. On the one hand, it makes it cost 4 to use. Maybe I just offer the Stinger. We're not really a cycling deck in the traditional sense, and so Buckeye may value, may not understand how I'm valuing the Stinger in this matchup, so I'm going to do that. Oh yeah, the 12 Sanctuary lockdowns we passed ought to be pretty good for Buckeye. I'm gonna, I want to hardcast the Serpent. I'm gonna be a little greedy on that front, and we're gonna shred the sails of the Sky Bonder next turn. Ah, wait, what? Hold on. Just want to make sure I was seeing what I was seeing. This gets so sick now, though. Buckeye just gets to start making 2/2s. I assume 3/3s. Like, there were so many lockdowns. When I left the draft, I said the best deck at the table was whoever ended up with the black-white human deck, and here it is in all of its scariness. I'm gonna rock slide the Enforcer before this gets out of hand. If the Enforcer starts making dudes, we're totally done for. Whereas we can drop a 5/5 and maybe it'll be good enough. Gosh, I almost want to trade for that, but we'll resist. Well, we're doing this. All right, we got some decent action here, but yeah, this is the sick deck we passed. There was no question this was just the dumbest looking deck at the table. I'm gonna go. Smash number 1. Oh yeah, we're at 3 life. We're just totally dead. Never mind. I was on board control without looking at my life total. Well, that's exactly the deck I predicted we would not be able to beat. Yeah, where's your complaining now, Robert? GG Buckeye. Oh yeah, we passed you that mythic. We opened that mythic pack 2 pick 1, and our pack 2 pick, yeah, pack 2 pick 1. We opened the mythic, and we're like, and we were pretty heavy white at that point, and we were like, well, we had no black of note though. So, and it felt too late to pivot to it. But then by the end of the draft, we said, well, whoever has the white black human deck has the best deck. So I think you had the best deck at the table. Yeah, we saw a total of 4 lockdowns. Chat kept wanting me to take lockdowns, but we didn't really have the human count at that point. Didn't make sense. Oh, sorry, I gotta jump. Oh yeah, we got the record right. All right, it's still close. If Draco can pick this one off, we get our first game 7 of, a meaningful game 7. That would be fun. We're gonna keep this and try to make our Planeswalker do the work. Could play this now if we feel like we need it. We have a lot of draws to find our 5th land for the Lukka, though. And we're going to cycle Serpent or Vantasaur on the way. I think I'm going to hold it for cycling this land. Draco's curving out. That makes me nervous. What do we... I'm going to cycle the Serpent. All right, Rock Slide is nice. So is that. We could wait and try and do that on 5 and cycle the Vantasaur for throwing a shock around. But we can also just play it out, and then if they don't have the answer next turn, we do get that shock anyway. I'm going to go Thundermare, tap land. See if it lives. Kind of demands an answer. Says, Draco, use your turn on that kitty or your symbiote, or mutate onto your symbiote. Oh, they get our Planeswalker. That sucks, but I like our hand. We get to shock the symbiote and make a flyer. Oh, they're just taking the removal. Okay. I wonder what they have. They must have something pretty special up in their hand to take that out. Huh, we could actually mutate onto the Thunder Mane, but that doesn't make sense when we can take a turn here to take out this symbiote, which I'm totally going to do now. All right. Might have to take a couple of turns before we play Lukka to set up better defense, but I'm happy to draw a card and kill a creature. Yeah, that helps them unstick their mana a bit, but now we have a nice pacifism target. So, if we Lukka here, I don't like it. We can Cloud Piercer here and just play it as a 5/4. And then have some defense. Next turn, though, 6 mana is not going to be able to Pacifism plus Lukka. I'm just going to Pacifism. Then if they don't have anything to add to the board, the Lukka is a nice safe play next turn. And we get to attack for 3 here. Ooh. Greater Sandworm. Is pretty hefty. But we can play the Cloud Piercer and try and trade with it. Yeah, let's try and double block. Don't say that, Moonsault. I actually got excited. Thought you were telling me there was going to be a new Dune. Then I just realized you were talking about sandworms. Oh, there is? Okay, then I'm excited. I thought it was just a sandworm joke. Nice. Who's doing it? Tell me more about it. Who's directing? Who's the creative force behind it? Villeneuve. I don't... What else has Villeneuve directed? So... Okay, cool. I'll take the person responsible for Blade Runner 2049. I haven't even seen that yet, but I heard good things about it. It's on my list. New Blade Runner still on my list. So, do we play a Lukka here? Now, we have... so, Lukka says that if we exile, we can reveal into a creature with higher converted mana cost. So, if we revealed a 5, we would get one of our 6s. That's still not worth it. I think we just want to... play Lukka and ask Oppo to answer. I don't think I want to minus the lion when we already have the tools to block the sandworm and Draco is top decking. We also might find a creature right now to play.
I only bond with the strongest around me.
So, we're doing okay if Draco can just whiff on this draw. I mean, that's not guaranteed though, right, Mike? Are we saying that's the only thing that would have been guaranteed? Let's see. With 8, we can go 6, 3. Let's just do big smash. Oh, I should have done this first, though. Of course. Let's take another look. I think no matter what, I was probably going to play big smash, but you know, sequencing. So if I can get 17 power out now, we just win. With 15 cards, I like still just plussing. Let's plus one more.
Even Titans obey my commands.
Well, aren't you special? Let's go tack. Sting. Mare. I'll attack first. Oh, I guess that was a free block. Kind of silly. Just trying to be disciplined and make sure I'm doing my attacking, but it was a useless one. I mean, it doesn't even deny them mana or something like that. Sorry, Lukka's loyalty is at 8 here. Let me move to a more Planeswalker friendly spot. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We can drop a parrot and win. Okay, we got it. The game is ours. Chat, I have bested you another week. You'll have to come back next week for your 4 wins. Twitch chat riot sounds good to me. Oh, we didn't get to see the animation. You can blame Draco for that. Well, we have one more game to try and get it, right? Or 2, is it 2 more? No, we're at 4 and 2. All right, well, the best you've ever done is 2 wins, so you don't have the win this week, but you could still do a chat personal best win count if Robert, aka Gargantuan, can pick up the win here. Gargantuan has Jaruda as their companion. Great. That's scary. But we have a decent start here. Let's keep it, see if we can get it going, find some red. GG, Draco. Best tweet about the companions is from Zach Hill, a former colleague of mine from R&D. I wish I could get the exact... Oh, good. Nice. Wish I could get the exact quote, but it was basically, you know, great lessons in recent sports, you know, gaming history, and it was like MLB 4 is greater than 1, NBA 3 is greater than 2, MTG 8 is greater than 7. I thought that was some brilliant work from Zach on that. Let's send in an attack. I like a marmoset here. It might get scattered. We passed a lot of scatters, but that means our tactician doesn't get scattered, which is even more important to me. If it hadn't been scattered, one of the reasons I like that play is that we get to potentially untap Snare Tactician and then cycle away a 1-mana cycler. In this case, though, ooh boy, if Robert is going to get stuck on mana for me, that would be friendly of him. I'm going to go Splendor Mare here, again, both to use all our mana, but also Tactician isn't doing much yet on this board. I would rather have the Mare get countered than Tactician, so we're going to continue to throw out non-Tactician creatures into the open blue mana. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get Tactician down while the coast is clear. It's all right. Don't worry, Draco. You're allowed to scoop a game you've lost. You don't need to wait for the animation. Look who's the slow player now. Yawn, Robert. Yawning over here, Robert. Wonder if Robert's ever going to make a play. Was he talking to his streamers? Talking to his chat? totally mocking Robert while he can't hear me. Oh yeah, I should. You're right. Here we gotta go like, where is it? Gotta get the Yorgos going. I'm gonna go officer, and then we'll start. I'm gonna cycle shredded sails. Maybe I'll cycle shredded sails. Although we're about to be in trouble. To be fair, it's not BM in the Gauntlet because I got my 4th win. It's BM at Robert because he teases me about slow play. So I just got to get him back. Well, plan A is that Robert never finds a 6th land. You may already have it. I'm just saying that's plan A. We got a Planeswalker. Can't cast it yet. But it changes my plan. I was thinking I would cycle this crystal, but now I'm going to play it. Let's see. Now we've got tap with the officer, or but we can't do both tap with the officer and play Thundermane. But I think I'm just gonna play Thundermane and actually offer it potentially to trade, because well, now they have 4 power. We can't even really double block without trading something super important. Still, we're at 12. Yeah, so I got to tap. I'm gonna tap and not play the main. Next, we might have to sack something with Lukka and hope we upgrade nicely. Oh, sure. But if he does, I'll just remute chat, remute emotes. No attacks here. I guess I'm not ever blocking ever. Actually, we're not blocking with either of these. Let's attack. This looks like another tight game brewing. This is a lot of pressure from Robert, but we do have a Planeswalker waiting in the wings. We might have to go for a lucky -2, see what we can find. That could have been a reason to play the Mirror. I just didn't want to go to 4 here. Really needed to tap one of these Tigerillas. This may win my award for begrudgingly playable, or maybe 24th card, 25th card. Well, 8 lands? Did he whiff? No, we got a stinger. That's Could be worse. Could be worse. Could be worse. Certainly could be worse. All right. So, what about Cycle Vant? See what that produces. Do we need to do that on their turn and cycle that, though? Maybe I'm doing this wrong. We just need to Lukka, though. So I guess we start with Lukka and then we cycle on their turn. And I do think we go for, especially with Checkpoint Officer no longer being able to do it. Maybe I'm supposed to do the Stinger, but Stinger doesn't successfully block. A Stinger blocks Stinger. Is Checkpoint Officer going to matter from here? It could. It could. All right, I'm going to do the 2-2. Sack the Tactician, but the Tactician is going to tap something for us. I think we got to do the Stinger. And then this, because these spend the rest of the game tapping. Oh, Hat's still doing his thing. No reason not to crack your prize packs unless you want to wait till 10 of them to open 10 at once.
We can all become stronger.
Well, threatens to combine with an officer to trade for one Tigerilla. Maybe we're not dead. This also is pretty easily chumpable. You could make an argument for dropping a Tigerilla so we can double block one and try to chump the 6/6. But I think we just end up letting... Let's see. Let's think about this. Because if we go... We tap the 6/6. Then if they swing with everything, we have... we can double block like Officer and Porky Parrot on one. Then we're taking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is death, except we put Tactician on Stinger. So I am going to go ahead and tap the 6/6. We can survive. Yeah, I'm playing like they don't have anything because I can't beat anything. So I'm playing like they don't have anything. That's often an unspoken aspect of my choices. Like, yes, there could be things they're playing around, or we could. But if we can't beat them, we can't play around them. And we're very much on the edge here. So I'm just going to do the exact blocks I said and hope that we can survive at 2. Yeah, there's a lot of weird optimizations people are trying with how to open their packs and stuff. Oh, brutal. Actually going to work getting cast on us. But I think it's all just kind of silly. I think you should just go for the packs and find stuff you like. I think we're dead here. I can't come up with a way to come back from this. It's almost like maybe if they didn't have a free 6/6 that brought another card with it that we could do nothing about, we would have some kind of a chance. But not here. We'll go out on our terms. Let's see, I'll send the checkpoint officer. Oh, no, no, no. All right, Robert got me. Congrats, chat. You didn't beat me, but you got 3 wins. That's the best you've done in our sequencing so far. So chat's getting better. A new personal best for chat. Oh, this is a little awkward. We want record to unlock and go this way. I'll put in the final numbers. Good job, chat. That was fun. That was a tight one. Lots of tight matches and a tight result. 4-3. Awesome. I'm almost certainly getting worse. I think I'm trying to get better, but age is going to overcome my development at some point. Maybe we're not there yet. Maybe I'm slowly getting better, still faster than age is making me worse, but eventually those lines cross. But not today, chat. I got you one more time today. Fun as always. Let's find a raid target and say goodbye to our YouTube friends. Start with that. Thanks for hanging out through the whole draft, YouTube. Maybe some of you YouTube players who think you got your stuff, maybe you should come bring it on Fridays if you're interested in taking part in this gauntlet. My wonderful mods, Nantuko Avatar and Motor City Mama, are available in the Discord channel. I'll post that up. There's a whole stable of regulars who like to come in on Friday. If you want to be part of that group, you want to gonna join our Discord. I've been cycling too much. Discard. Join our Discord. Check in with Nantuko and Mama, and there's a whole channel there for you, and you can see how to get to become part of this. And yeah, good job, Robert. High five. Well done. You got me. Well played, etc. And anyway, thanks, YouTube. We'll catch you.